There are a lot of people who come from Mexico and Latin America who want to cross into the border, cross into the United States to work. But there are not enough visas for everybody. There are not enough working visas or legal residency visas. If somebody wants to come work here, they have to wait 25 years or more just to get permission, papers to work here. So they just try to cross illegally with no papers. And we have found that more people cross in Arizona than anywhere else. But it is very dangerous because it is a desert, as you know.
Yeah.
It is a desert, it is very hot, very dangerous. And so we have found that a lot of people have died as a result. So the purpose of our organization is to prevent deaths from happening of migrants, people who walk from Mexico into Arizona and die in the process.
And you can see some red point in this map. What means this?
The red dots are where somebody has died or more than one person has died. So these are deaths. This is just southern Arizona. This is California, Mexico, New Mexico. This is just southern Arizona. And you may not be able to see, but the blue flags are where our stations are. We tried to put the stations where there were a lot of deaths.
How many weather stations do you have?
102 right now.
102.
And we hope to have permission for 3 more this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how many volunteers works?
We have about 30 to 40 who are very regular, who are here almost every day. And we have around 200 or more that have some connection. They are drivers for us, or they are here in our meetings. And then we have many, many people who visit from all over the country and all over the world just to be with us for a couple days or a month.
Put more weather station? Or?
Well, it has been 9 years, and we keep hoping that immigration policy of the United States will change.
Yeah.
Now they are building this wall you may have heard of. They build the walls around the cities. There's about 800 miles now from California, Arizona, Mexico, Texas. And we see that the wall pushes people. It doesn't stop people from coming across, it just stops where they cross.
Yes.
And they are pushing more people into more remote areas.
Yeah.
And so the further they get away from roads and get away from watersheds and safe areas, the more they die. And so we have been doing research on that. We have a lot of data and research to show that. And we are talking more about that, and talking more about the consequences of the wall is death, you know. We would like to see immigration change, and we hope with our new president that will happen, immigration change, but we know that it is a very controversial issue, and it's like turning a ship. It's like very slow to change. So we keep doing what we're doing and hoping that there will be some change. Amnesty International has the United States on their watch list for human rights violations. So even if you're not a person of faith, it is easy to see that this is a problem, a moral issue, a human rights violation. So we welcome anybody to help us. You know, if anybody wants to come just one time and do what you did today and ride in the truck, or come help in the office. So we have a lot of groups that come, stay with us for a week and help. Anybody can help anytime. So many people in Washington, and you know, all of the federal land here is run by the federal government. We tell them and we talk to them very regularly, saying there are people who die in your land. Can you please let us put water stations there? Mostly they don't listen. So it is very disturbing to me to see that my country is like this.
How long do you think you have to manage with this problem?
Well, we thought by 9 years it would be different. But in 9 years we are saying the same thing and doing the same thing, and nothing has changed. It has gotten worse. We would like to think that the current president and his administration will start changing and do reform. But the American people in general are very ignorant, very prejudiced. And, part of our purpose is to educate people and to make people aware of the problem.
Two of them. One, October the 20th, 1920, my grandparents decided to come to America to seek the dream. And so they crossed Nogales at the border there. They paid $8 a piece to cross the border to come to America. So they took off, they walked, and my mother was with them. She was 8 months old, and they had her in a caboose. So they took her, and my grandpa and grandma walked. And the first day they walked, they stopped over here at Tubac, at the mission there. Then they walked to San Javier, and then it took them 9 days to get to Phoenix, where they settled down on the Via River Reservation. So it was always on the back of my mind about this situation. And then I retired from California and came out here, and we were having our house built, and we were at the hotel room, and I was reading the paper every day, and it was July and August, that there was somebody always dying. So I kept reading, and I'm looking at this article, and these people were dying for a glass of water. So I got very emotional, and the last thing that got me going was there's this young child that died because there was no water. So I said, how could this happen in, people crossing the border? This is the United States of America. This is the 20th century. So, and then at the same time I was reading that these other people wanted them to die. I said, so the big word is bullshit. I got to get involved.
About 1 or 2 rides with Humane Borders, and the more you see, the more you know you have to be here and do something. And it just never ended. It just got more intense for me coming out here, particularly once I started driving on a weekly basis, where you can see the patterns developing more and more. So that's what I did along that line, and work with Habitat. I started working with Habitat every week. It's a very biblical, this particular thing is a very biblical kind of doing for others, serving other people, particularly the picture of giving a man a drink of water when he's thirsty, that's
very strong in the Bible.
That's base for Christianity, and it doesn't get any more real than that out here.
It's basically I like to go out occasionally just to help fill the water barrels, or just give a helping hand if something was to happen. And it's just about making sure that your fellow man has a glass of water to survive. Even if they are going to be sent back, it's important that they stay alive.